Louisiana beer reviews, Oberon Eclipse. I did a duo review of my friend David a couple of weeks ago, and we liked it. It's an orange coriander wheat ale, sort of like their regular Oberon, but a stronger version, 6.3% alcohol. Citrus wheat, got a good date on it. So we did a little trade. I traded him the Leinenkugel's Red Lager, and he traded me this. So, might find it on draft, but mostly you see it in cans. Don't think it's in bottles. From Comstock, Michigan. Alright, so that duo review is posted already now. Here's the solo. So we got a cascading head, reverse cascade, you can see that probably, racing to the top. Thick, sort of beige head, not quite beige, and a very cloudy copper appearance. Yes, okay. Wheat. We said this, I believe, in the duo review, that it smelled like Roman meal bread, which we don't see anymore. If you look at the Roman meal website, they sell all kind of stuff like wheat germ and things, but they said they sold the rights to the bread itself. That's an old company, Roman meal, back to like the 1920s, but they and they're from Washington State, I think, and they said they sold the rights to the bread to Flowers Bakery. But then I checked the Flowers website, they don't have it listed. But it could be one of those unlisted products with a very low production. Anyway, that's what it smells like. All right. And we were saying maybe I was saying maybe Flowers bought it just so they could get it off the shelves, so people would buy their brown breads. I know sometimes companies do that. They'll still produce it, but it's so limited they may as well not. And then they want you to buy their bread. It's kind of to take out the competition, but Roman meal, they got paid, so it probably wasn't doing that well anyway when they did this sell. Because, I mean, it was prominent in the 70s and 80s. I hadn't really seen it much since maybe 91. Yeah, so it's a nice aroma. It smells like a wheat beer, dark, but not a white bread wheat beer, a dark bread wheat beer, brown bread. Supposedly it's going to get sunny out here today, but it's very dreary, overcast, and cold, not cold, chilly, and damp. I need the sun to come out to dry up the grass so I can mow the lawn. It's been about a month. It hasn't grown much, but it's a little raggedy now, so I edged yesterday. Wouldn't take long to cut this low. It's so low, just blow right through it. In the summer, you'll be worn out trying to cut the grass here because it's like carpet, shag carpet. It grows so thick and heavy with no fertilizer required. High, medium body. Bitterness is there, more than you would think. I'll say 2 out of 5, maybe 1.5 to 2, but I'm going to say 2 out of 5 hop cones. Sweetness, 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. It tastes like the gluten, like the syrup of the wheat. The body's high medium, finish is mostly dry. Citrus, Yeah, they say it's got citrus, so okay, it's got citrus. But if you gave this to me blind, I wouldn't be talking about citrus. No. With Blue Moon, I might. And Shock Top, I might. Now, Shock Top has new owners, so I don't know when that's going to fully transition over to their production. Won't much matter. I don't really get Shock Top around here. I might see it every once in a while here or there, but compared to 10 years ago, it's basically gone, which is probably why they sold it to a third party, or a new party, I should say, a second party. Of course, Blue Moon's still everywhere, going strong. This one's sort of rich in a way, like it might kind of that malt liquor strongness, although it's not what most people wouldn't consider it a malt liquor, but you know, that's a nebulous term anyway. It just means strong beer. 6.3, yeah, it's a little gamey in the taste, you know, so it's probably a one-time thing a day. If you had a six-pack, you could probably tolerate once a day. I can't see somebody just sitting down drinking a bunch of these, watching football. It would just get next to you, you know, you'd start saying, ooh, I would. Oh yeah, it's a lot of cloudiness coming in from the swish and pour. Wheat beer usually gives me that feeling anyway. I'm not a wheat beer person, honestly. But I try them. I mean, I never buy them to drink. No. Buy them for review? Yeah. Now, David bought a six-pack. I wouldn't have done that. I'm telling you the truth. The red lager from Kugels, I immediately bought a six-pack. But something like this, if I don't find a single, I'm not getting it. Because then I have to drink the other ones. But I don't base the review or the score on my personal preference. I base it on, is it a quality product? Oh yeah, it definitely made a cloud. Look, see how it's clouding up? For a strong citrus wheat beer, dark wheat beer, in that German style, this would be similar, but I think it's stronger ABV. Similar to like the Erdinger Dunkel, although this has more flavor than that one. That one's a little bland. But the Erdinger Dunkel, Erdinger, or the Franziskaner Dunkel, yeah, it's like that. But it's made in Michigan. And in Germany, they wouldn't be allowed to add citrus. I mean, after they produced the beer, you could go to a bar room in Germany and they could add a citrus slice, of course. But the beer itself couldn't have that. It could have the water, barley malt, hops, and yeast, and wheat. Barley malt, hops, yeast, and wheat, and water. I saw some European beer. I can't remember the country. Austria, I do believe, but no, it wasn't Austria. They were using corn syrup and wheat syrup as their adjunct. I said, wow, I've never seen that in the United States, a gluten syrup beer. That's a sugar, basically, that's going to convert into alcohol. So when you get the product, when you drink the beer, it's not going to have corn syrup or glucose wheat in it. That's going to be alcohol. It's going to ferment, unless there was a problem with fermentation, it didn't totally ferment. You may have some leftover corn syrup and gluten syrup. Now, but it should, if you get like a mass-produced beer in the United States, like say a Miller High Life, Pabst Blue Ribbon, the corn syrup should totally convert to alcohol. The companies will claim there's no corn syrup in the product, in the final product. It's only used for fermentable to convert into alcohol. All right. And that's a common practice all around the world, just not allowed in Germany, but France, yeah, common. Belgium, very common. United States, Canada, Japan, Taiwan, Republic of China, Korea, Cambodia, Singapore, all Kenya, they all use in East Asia, they use the rice, and then Africa, North and South America, Europe, they'll use the corn, or in Europe they call it maize. All right, so thank you very much. It's an excellent beer. Not my thing. Wouldn't want to drink it again. Won't miss it if I never have it again. But that's yeah, but that's too bad for me. But so on its own merits, it's definitely an A. I don't know what I scored it weeks ago. I don't remember. I have trouble remembering my scores. That's why I'll check. I'll remember the general attitude toward the beer, but I'll look up on Beer Advocate where I wrote the written review. Oh yeah, gave it a 95. Whatever. Okay, so 9.4 out of 10, a 94 out of 100, a most excellent wheat beer. And I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Comstock, Michigan and take a brewery tour.